Namo Buddhaya, everyone.
Namo Buddhaya.
Good afternoon. So I want to welcome you all in the February Dhamma sessions hosted by the Indonesian Buddhist Fellowship of Canada. I hope you are all doing well and enjoy bits of sunshines that we have today. So before we start, I want to inform you that this program is hosted live on YouTube, is recorded, and the content will be made available on IBFC Toronto's YouTube channel, as well as Toronto Mahanethnawa's Temple website. We can go to the next slide, please.
Namo Buddhaya, Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya.
Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya Pina Swami Vansa.
Namo Buddhaya.
Okay. All right, so before we start, I want to inform you that this program is hosted live on YouTube, is recorded, and the content will be made available on IBFC Toronto's YouTube channel, as well as Toronto Mahanethnawa's Temple's website. Your audio setting has been disabled by administrator, and we have also disabled your camera setting for privacy purposes. You can still turn on your camera if you desire. This program is open to public for non-profit purposes and solely for Dhamma sharing. None of your personal information will be shared or disclosed. Your questions during Q&A is to be shared with the public, so please be mindful, respectful, and avoid questions that might be offensive to others. Be present and participate in sitting positions. Participants are refrained from sleeping or laying down positions. Lastly, be mindful and avoid multitasking other than active listening. Next slide, please. So I would like to introduce Bhante Jeewananda. Jeewananda Bhikkhu is a student of Most Venerable Kiribagoda Nanananda Thero. He was ordained in 2005 and currently serves as Chief Monk of Mahanethnawa Toronto branch located in Markham, Ontario, Canada. Namo Buddhaya, Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya.
Welcome. So let's start our session now with Parita chanting. Bhante, you can unmute to lead the chant.
Okay. Now we are going to pay homage to the Blessed One, the Supreme Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. So everybody can join chanting with me. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. I go for refuge to the Supreme Buddha. I go for refuge to the Supreme Dhamma. I go for refuge to the Supreme Sangha. For the second time, I go for refuge to the Supreme Buddha. For the second time, I go for refuge to the Supreme Dhamma. For the second time, I go for refuge to the Supreme Sangha. For the third time, I go for refuge to the Supreme Buddha. For the third time, I go for refuge to the Supreme Dhamma. For the third time, I go for refuge to the Supreme Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. To observe the five precepts, say after me, placing your hands together. I observe the precept of
I observe the precept of
abstaining from killing beings.
abstaining from killing beings.
I observe the precept of
I observe the precept of
abstaining from stealing.
abstaining from stealing.
I observe the precept of
I observe the precept of
abstaining from sexual misconduct.
abstaining from sexual misconduct.
I observe the precept of
I observe the precept of
abstaining from telling lies.
abstaining from telling lies.
I observe the precept of
I observe the precept of
abstaining from taking
abstaining from taking
intoxicating drinks and drugs.
intoxicating drinks and drugs.
I follow these precepts
I follow these precepts
for happiness in this life,
for happiness in this life,
for rebirth in heaven,
for rebirth in heaven,
and to realize the Four Noble Truths
and to realize the Four Noble Truths
in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation.
in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation.
Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Now we are going to chant the qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. So let's chant all these remarkable qualities of the Triple Gem, developing a pleasant mind, confident mind, a happy mind, and a respectful mind towards the Blessed One, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Please chant louder. Ittipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattha deva manussanang Buddho Bhagavati Such indeed is the Blessed One, Arahant worthy one, supremely enlightened, endowed with knowledge and virtue, follower of the noble path, knower of worlds, the peerless trainer of persons, teacher of gods and humans, the enlightened teacher, the Blessed One. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditthiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Opanaiko Pacchatang Veditabbo Vinyohiti, well taught by the Blessed One, is the Dhamma, visible here and now, timeless, open to all, learned and applied to oneself, understood by the wise, each for himself. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujjapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samicipatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidam chattari purisa yogani Atta purisa pungala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Dakhineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyakyetang lokasati. Of pure conduct is the order of disciples of the Blessed One. Of upright conduct is the order of disciples of the Blessed One. Of wise conduct is the order of disciples of the Blessed One. Of generous conduct is the order of disciples of the Blessed One. Those four pairs of persons, the 8 kinds of individuals, that is the order of disciples of the Blessed One. They are worthy of offerings. They are worthy of hospitality. They are worthy of gifts. They are worthy of reverential salutations, an incomparable field of merit for the world. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Kalyan Mithas, now we are going to do something very special. And we all know about the importance of the Ratana Sutta, especially when a time period like this, when people have been troubled by this coronavirus, the COVID-19 pandemic. Out of limitless compassion, the Supreme Buddha, the Blessed One, chanted this Ratana Sutta when the Buddha was alive in order to help people to overcome this kind of epidemic and to get the protection of devas and for the well-being of all the people, especially who lived in that Visala province. So we are going to chant the same Ratana Sutta today with our hearts full of compassion, loving kindness, extending to all the human beings, everybody all our family members, and everybody live in this country, and people live in other countries, and extending compassion for all beings in this entire world by the power of the compassion of the Buddha, by the power of the truth, especially Buddha used this Ratana Sutta to do that blessing, saying Etena Satchena Suati Hotu, by this truth may there be well-being. So let's reflect on this truth of the Buddha, truth of the Dhamma, and truth of the Sangha. Their authentic qualities, recollect all these remarkable qualities, and by the power of all these qualities of the Triple Gem, let's wish speed recovery for everybody who have been sick due to the coronavirus. May they enjoy long life, good health, and we share merit with all beings. May everybody be well protected, enjoy long life and good health by the power of the blessings of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So now with that wholesome intention in everybody's hearts, let's chant Ratana Sutta. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Yanidha bhutani samagatani Bhummani vayani va antalikhe Sabbeva bhuta sumana bhavantu Athapi sakkacca sunantu bhasitang Tasmahi bhutani sametha sabbe Mettang karata manusiya pajaya Divacharata haranti baling Tasmai nirakkata appamatta Yang kinche vittang idhava hurang va Sangesu ayang ratanang panitang Nano samang atti tathagatena Idampi buddhi ratanang panitang Etena saccena suatti hotu Kayang viragang amatang panitang Yadajjaga sakke muni samahito Natena dhammena samathi kinchi Idampi dhamme ratanang panitang Etena saccena suatti hotu Yam buddha setta parivannai suching Samadhimanantarikanyamahu Samadhinatena samona vijjati Idampi dhamme ratanang panitang Etena saccena suatti hotu Ye puggala atta satang pasattha Chattari tani yugani honti Te dakhineya sugatassa savaka Ete sudinnani mahaphalani Idampi sanghe ratanang panitang Etena saccena suatti hotu Ye suppayutta manasa dallena Nikkamino gotama sasanammi Te pattipatta amatang vigaya Laddha muda nibbuting bhunjamana Idampi sanghe ratanang panitang Etena saccena suatti hotu Yathinda kilo pataving sito siya Chatubhivate bhiyasampakampiyo Tatupamang sampurisang vadami Yo ariya saccani avecca passati idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvanti hotu ye ariya saccani vibhavayanti gambhira panyena sudesitani kincapi te honti bhusappamattha nate bhavang attamang adiyanti idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu Sahavasadasana sampadaya Thayasu dhamma jahita bhavanti Sakkaya ditti vichikiccitancha Silabbatang vapi adatti kinchi Chatuha payehi ca vipamutto Chachabhitanani abhabbokatung idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu kincapi so kammang karoti papakang kayena vaca udacetasa abhabbo sotassa paticchadaya abhabbata dittha padassa vutta idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu vanaphagumbe atha pussitange gimhanamase pathamasmin gimme Tatupamang dhamma varang adesai nibbanagaming paramang hitaya idampi buddhi ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu Varo varanyo arado araharo anuttaro dhamma varang adesai idampi buddhe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu khinang puranang navang natti sambhavang Viratta citta ayatike bhasming te khina bija virulhichanda Nibbanti dhira yathayam padipo idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu Yanida bhutani samagatani Bhummani vayani vantalikke Tathagatan deva manusa pujitang Buddhang namassama suvatti hotu Whatever beings are assembled here Whether on the earth or in the sky we respectfully worship the Buddha, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Yani bhutani samagatani bhummani vayani vantalikke tathagatan deva manusa pujitang Dhammang namassama suvatti hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Dhamma, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Yani bhutani samagatani Bhummani vayani vantalikke Tathagatan deva manusa pujitang Sanghang namasama suvatthi hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Sangha, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Etena satchena suvatthi hotu. By this truth, may there be well-being. Sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu,
sadhu, sadhu.
sadhu.
So now we are entering the meditation sessions, which will be led by Bhante.
Everybody, please sit comfortably. With a happy, peaceful mind. And also understanding the powerful good karma of meditation. As Buddha teaches, among all the actions in our life, the Buddha teaches there are three types of actions: bodily actions, verbal actions, and mental actions. Among these three types of actions, mental actions are the most powerful ones, and among them, the meditation is highly appreciated by the Buddha, and Buddha encouraged people to meditate. Buddha introduced and discovered amazing methods to practice meditation. So think about that. Think about this amazing opportunity we have here to practice these meditations as taught by the Buddha. And also we make powerful good karma into our lives, and we make our minds peaceful, and we become kinder persons, compassionate, generous, patient people, and that will be for the benefit of all of us and for everybody around us, and everybody who are near and far away, because of our good hearts, good qualities. Everybody can benefit from it. So thinking about all these good benefits, let's practice meditation for a few minutes. Today we are going to practice loving kindness meditation, metta meditation. And again, Buddha explained many benefits of doing this meditation, specifically the metta meditation. So you can read Metta Anisansa Sutta in the Anguttara Nikaya, numerical discourses of the Buddha, the benefits of metta meditation. And you can read that sutta anytime and learn more about the benefits of this meditation. Now you listen to me and think in this way. May I be free from anger. May I be free from ill will. May I be free from jealousy. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. May I live in peace. May I live happily. May I be free from anger. May I be free from ill will. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. May I live in peace. May I live happily. May my parents, my family members, and all beings in this place be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all beings in this city be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May all beings in this city live in peace. Live happily. May all beings in this province be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May all beings in this province live in peace. Live happily. May all beings in this country be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. May all beings in this country be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May all beings in this country live in peace. Live happily. May all beings in this world Be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. May all beings in this world be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May all beings in this world live in peace. May all beings in this world live happily. May all beings be free from anger. May all beings be free from ill will. May all beings be free from jealousy. May all beings be free from mental suffering. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May all beings live in peace. May all beings live happily. Keep practicing thoughts of loving kindness. May all beings be free from mental suffering. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May all beings live in peace. May all beings live happily. Slowly and gradually stop your meditation. Slowly and gradually. Stop your meditation. Rejoicing in the powerful good karma of mental development and sharing merit with all beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Bhante, for guiding us into these loving kindness meditations. Next, we are going to enter some sutta reading by 4 volunteers, from our Indonesian Buddhist Fellowship of Canada.
Jojo, first,
Yes,
first,
Bhante.
yeah, first let me invite everybody
Yes.
to pay homage to the Buddha again and also to my teacher. So we pay homage to the Supreme Buddha, the Blessed One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
I also pay homage to my teacher, Lukuswamin Hanse, who teaches all of us these the amazing words of the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Yes, now we can go to the Sutta reading and Sutta discussion. Yes.
Sure. So the first sutta reading will be read by Aiden. So Aiden, it's your turn.
Namo Buddhaya Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya, Aiden. So everybody is waiting to learn Dhamma from you and have you read the words of the Buddha, and they like to learn a beautiful sutta. So you have this very rare opportunity to read the words of the Buddha that first came out of the lips of the amazing Supreme Buddha. So you are very fortunate, and it's a powerful good karma for you to read the words of the Buddha, share the Dhamma with others. So now it is your opportunity.
Hello, everybody. Today I'll be reading the Good Conduct. The Buddha explains the 3 kinds of good conduct. This discourse was taught by the Blessed One, thought by the Arahant, the fully enlightened Supreme Buddha. This is as I heard. Monks, there are 3 kinds of good conduct. What are the 3? Bodily good conduct, verbal good conduct, and mental good conduct. This is the meaning of what the Blessed One said. So with regard to this, it was said, having abandoned bodily misconduct, verbal misconduct, and mental misconduct, and whatever else is flawed, and not having done what is unwholesome, and having done much that is wholesome. At the breakup of the body, the wise person is reborn in heaven. This too is the meaning of what was said by the Blessed One. This is exactly as I heard.
Sadhu, sadhu. Jiren, we rejoice in your reading. And can you tell us where you found this sutta and where other people can find this sutta?
This sutta is called 65
Sucharita. Yes.
Sutta.
Sucharita Sutta. And do you know how to find this sutta in the Pali Tipitaka?
There's a on
Yes.
the website.
Yeah, so you found it from the website suttafriends.org, right?
Yes.
Yes, so there are translations there of the original discourses. And does anybody know where this sutta is? The root Pali canon? Any other Kalyana Mittas? So this is from the Khuddaka Nikaya. So we have Digha Nikaya, a collection of the Buddha's discourses, Majjhima Nikaya, Anguttara Nikaya, Samyutta Nikaya, and like that. So I think lots of people already know about it. So this is from the Khuddaka Nikaya, the collection of the minor discourses of the Buddha. And there is a collection of suttas called Itivuttaka. So that is why it is said as this was said by the Buddha. That is the meaning of Itivuttaka. So that is how you find this sutta. And this is a translation of that Pali sutta. And Jaden, so your name is Jaden, right?
No, Aiden.
Oh, sorry, Aiden. Sorry about that. So how can we understand these good conduct?
We understand there are good three conduct: bodily good conduct, verbal good conduct, and mental good conduct.
So what are the like, do you know some examples about bodily conduct, good conduct?
Say good things, do good things, and think good things.
Yes, that is how we understand. I mean, some examples about bodily good conduct. Like I think like this, like Buddha taught about helping others, taking care of parents, looking after the elders, and helping sick people. So we do good things with our body, right?
Yep.
We can do like tree planting, we can make bridges for people to use easily, and we can do so many good things with our body, right?
Yep.
So those are bodily good conduct. Any other examples?
No.
Anything you like to add? What are the other good things? Also Buddha teaches, and all the Kalyana Mittas, I think I've learned this, abstaining from doing bad things with body is also comes under good conduct. So abstaining from killing, that means not killing humans or animals, not stealing, not engaging in sexual misconduct. These are the main three good conduct. So not doing bad things by body is also good conduct. That's also important to understand. How about verbal good conducts? The good words, what are the good words?
The good words Say please and thank you.
Yes, that's a very good word. That's an example for good words, good verbal good conduct, right? Telling the truth, also verbal good conduct, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so and also the speaking the words that promote friendships. So we don't use words to break friendships. Instead, we use words to promote friendships, friendly words. So important words, beneficial words, verbal good conduct. How about mental good conduct?
It's think good things.
Thinking about good things. Do you know any examples?
Think of something you like.
How about thinking about like kind thoughts? Being kind to others, right?
Being kind and maybe helping each other.
Yeah, like it comes in as a mental good thought, right? Yeah, generous thoughts, thoughts of helping others, thoughts of taking care of others, looking after parents, all these good thoughts, right? Yeah, there are so many good thoughts we can cultivate in our mind. So Buddha was teaching about this. And at the same time, Buddha teaches we have to abandon bodily misconduct, verbal misconduct, mental misconduct. So do you know the meaning of misconduct?
You don't do it.
You don't do it. Very good. Those are the bad things. So Buddha teaches we need to stop doing bad things. So examples for bodily misconduct? Like not killing, right? Killing is misconduct. So we have to stop it, right? Killing, stealing. Yes.
Hunting animals
Uh-huh.
and bullying.
Yeah, so those are bodily misconduct, and Buddha specially teaches us, and we shouldn't do that. That's misconduct. We shouldn't praise them. We shouldn't praise them. We shouldn't encourage others. If something is misconduct, we should not encourage others to do, and we also don't do that. So misconduct, that's a very negative word, misconduct. And also verbal misconduct.
Saying bad words.
Bad words, lying, right? Harsh words, unbeneficial words, you know, words that hurt others, you know, yes. So breaking friendships, those words are verbal misconduct. So we should not speak. Mental misconduct.
You think good things.
Misconduct means bad, right?
Bad. Thinking bad things.
What are the examples?
Cheating.
Yeah, cheating, lying, sorry. Yeah, like those kind of dishonest thoughts, right? Cruel thoughts, angry thoughts, greedy thoughts, all these bad thoughts.
Yep.
Yeah, they are mental misconduct. So Buddha teaches, right, if we abandon these three types of misconduct and develop those three types of good conduct, what will be the result?
All of these.
You'll be a wise person and you'll be reborn in heaven.
Yes, exactly. So that is what. How do you think about that? Isn't that a very good benefit?
Yep.
So why is it important to be reborn in heaven? Are there any bad worlds to be reborn?
Nope.
Why is it important to be reborn in heaven?
There's no misconduct.
And you know about bad worlds?
Yep.
Like hell, we talk about hell, right? Hell, ghost worlds. So for a human being, it is a very rare opportunity to be born in a better world, right?
Right.
Yeah. So Buddha teaches that this is the path to go to a better world, happier world, secure world, doing good things by body, speech, and mind. So do you think this is something we can practice? The good
Yes.
conduct?
Yes, it's something you should do.
Yeah. You like to add anything to this about this explanation and about this what we were discussing?
Yep.
What do you like to add?
Think the mental good conduct is good because it controls what you say and do.
That is very true. Like Buddha teaches everything happens first in the mind, right?
Yep.
Mano pubbangama dhamma. Mind is the chief of all actions. So as you said, if we cultivate good things in the mind, then our words will be also
Yep.
good. Our actions will be also good. So that is a very good Dhamma point. Very important. So what are the ways that we can develop the good qualities in our mind? Like how about meditation? Is meditation bodily, verbal, or mental?
Meditation is good conduct.
Good conduct is bodily, verbal, or mental? We do with our actions or our words or our mind?
Mental.
Mental. So meditation is a mental good conduct. So that's something we can use to make our minds more insightful, more like with good qualities, to fill our minds with good qualities, right?
Yep.
Good. So are you happy about sharing Dhamma with everybody?
Yes.
Okay, all of us. Aiden,
Thank you.
we bless you and your parents. Because of your kind parents, you have this today to read the words of the Buddha and share this Dhamma with others. So Dhamma Dana is a very powerful good karma, and all the Kalyana Mittas, Dhamma friends here, bless Aiden and your parents. May you enjoy long life, good health, and may you do your studies well. Read more Dhamma, especially the words of the wisdom of the Buddha, and achieve true happiness.
Thank you. Thank you,
welcome.
Aiden, for
Yes.
thank you, Aiden, for a great sutta reading and discussion. So next we have Axel reading for the sutta. Axel, you can unmute yourself.
Namo Buddhaya Bhante and
Namo
Dhamma
Buddhaya,
friends.
Axel.
Today I'm going to be reading Iti Vuttaka 26 Dana Samvibhaga Sutta. This sutta is about giving and sharing. The Buddha explains the benefits of giving and the results that one gains after death. This discourse was taught by the Blessed One, taught by the Arahant, the fully enlightened Supreme Buddha. This is as I heard. Monks, if people knew, as I know, the results of giving and sharing, they would not eat without having given, nor the stain of stinginess would overcome their minds. Even if it were their last bite, their last mouthful, they would not eat without having shared, if there was someone to share with. But, monks, because people do not know, as I know, the results of giving and sharing, they eat without having given. The stain of stinginess overcomes their minds. This is the meaning of what the Blessed One said. So with regard to this, it was said, if people only knew, so taught the great sage, how the results of sharing has such great fruit, then people would subdue the state of stinginess, and with pleased minds they would give gifts in proper occasion to the noble ones, where a gift bears great fruit. Having much given food as offerings to those most worthy of offerings, the donors go to heaven when they pass away from here, the human state. Having gone to heaven, they rejoice and enjoy divine pleasures as they desire. The generous people experience the results of generously sharing with others. This too is the meaning of what was said by the Blessed One. This is exactly as I heard.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We rejoice in the reading of Axel. That is beautiful. Axel, so do you like to explain some of the Dhamma things here taught by the Buddha? Or
Yes.
anything? Yes, go ahead.
And so what the Buddha said was that the whole sutta was basically repeating over that that sharing has a lot, gives you a lot of karma. Like what it means by bears great fruit is that it means that so in this only it means that the fruit is like karma, and giving and sharing bears that a lot of karma.
So this leads to good karma.
And then at the end it said they rejoice in heavenly pleasures.
Yeah, so that's amazing knowledge of the Buddha, right? About karma and the result. So what is the, like, what are the ways we can practice generosity?
So like giving food to the poor people, giving food to the monks, dana, that's why it's called dana sangvibhaga, dana.
Very good. And I saw recently few youths in Toronto downtown area, they were donating masks and hand sanitizer. That's also generosity, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
And
very good.
it said, in a good mind, so like they have the intention of helping them.
Yeah, that's very powerful. And that's a very good point. Like Buddha teaches, as you said, when we practice giving and sharing, in order for us to make like powerful good karma from it, we have to have a happy mind, like pleasant mind about giving and sharing, right? So Buddha teaches, Axel, there are 3 occasions we need to maintain that happy mind. So before giving, while giving, and after giving. So what are those 3 occasions? Before giving?
Before giving, while giving, and after giving.
Yeah, in all those 3 occasions, the giver should maintain a happy mind. I mean, like, why did Buddha say that? Because sometimes people have a happy mind before giving, but while giving, they have a sad mind. Or after giving, they feel regret about it. They think, oh, I shouldn't have given that. I should have kept it for me. You know, you understand? Is that a good way to think?
No.
No. In order to maintain that happy mind throughout the entire process of giving, we need to have that happy feeling, right?
Yes.
Or somebody is going to benefit from this, and that's very good for that person. It's good for me. I make good karma, like that, right? Very good. Any other questions you have? Anything you like?
Well, I did ask one question in a deep Dhamma program, and I really didn't get, like,
Okay, maybe during Dhamma discussion we can discuss about questions and answers. Right, Axel?
Yes.
Okay, so we bless Axel and also your parents, very kind parents, giving this amazing opportunity. And we, all of us, Bhante and all the parents here, Kalyanamitas, bless Axel and your family. May all of you enjoy long life, good health, and practice lots of giving and sharing, help other people, make good karma, and achieve true happiness by following the Buddha's path. Okay?
Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
Thank you, Axel and Bhante, for an amazing sutta reading and discussion. So next we have Hazel. Hazel, you can unmute yourself.
Namo Buddhaya Bhante.
Now, Buddha Hazel, how are you?
Good.
Very good. And you have chosen a story from the Petavatu, right? Stories of ghosts.
Huh?
Okay, so let's learn what is in there. You can share the Dhamma.
I will be reading a sutta,
Okay.
Peta Batu Pita Dita Lika Sutta. Advice to a daughter. How can we help our departed relatives? Consoling a crying daughter. The Supreme Buddha gives advice after an almsgiving. Unselfish people give gifts to virtuous people with the intention of sharing merits with departed relatives in the ghost world, or with deities who live in their own houses. They will receive a great benefit. Those who share their merits with deities Kuvera, Detarata, Viruhaka, and Veruhaka, the powerful four great kings who guard this world. Weeping, sorrow, and crying will not benefit departed relatives in any way. They will remain in the ghost world no matter how much we cry. The merits shared from the donations given to the noble disciples of the Buddha will be received by the departed relatives right away. They will enjoy happiness for a long time.
That is the end of the sutta?
Yeah.
Hazel?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Sadhu, sadhu. We rejoice in your reading. And very important things we learn here, right? So what is the meaning of departed relatives?
What's the point of using the camera for nothing?
When a relative passed,
Do you think they are alive or they are passed away?
they passed away.
Yeah, passed away relatives, and some of the relatives, like not some, Buddha teaches many of our departed relatives, like in this long journey of samsara, we had many, many lives. So people lived with us. There are many of our relatives in the ghost world, right?
Yeah.
So, and also sometimes in our present life, our relatives die. Is weeping, sorrowing, crying will help them? You think
No.
we can help them?
We could help them by giving dana to Buddha Sangha, and then we share merits from these good deeds and to the departed relatives.
Wow, that's amazing, because when we were kids, we didn't know that is the way to help departed relatives. And you already know that when you are a kid. That's very powerful. So now you know that the best way to help departed relatives is not crying, right?
Yeah.
Is giving dana to the sangha and sharing merits with departed relatives. That's a very rare knowledge a human being can achieve. And also departed relatives also will be very happy because you share merit with them. You know what happens? You share merit with them.
The departed relatives will be happy, and they will go to a good world.
They will be happy and they will have good food, clothing, a place to live happily. They will have water. Buddha has taught in other suttas, that's how you make them happy. But they have to stay in the ghost world, Hazel, until their bad karma is over. That is also important to understand. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so that's a very good sutta. And we also learned about these 4 great kings, Kuera, Datharata, Virupaka, and Virulaka. Buddha mentioned about them because it is important to share merits with them as well. They have lots of faith and confidence in the Buddha, and they really like to see Buddha's followers practice good qualities and share merit with them. That is very good. So we learned lots of things from these sutta readings, and again we share merit with Hazel and your parents. You are very fortunate, and you gain this very rare knowledge to your life with the words of the Buddha, which we didn't have in our childhood, and we wholeheartedly rejoice in this opportunity that you have. And again we bless you all, and may Hazel and your parents, your all the family members enjoy long life, good health, and achieve true happiness following the Buddha's amazing path. Okay.
Yeah.
Sadhu.
Thank you, Hazel, for contributing to the Sutta reading and share with us your learnings. And lastly, we have Robert, who will be reading the Sutta Pig's Mouth. Robert, you can unmute yourself.
Namo Buddhaya Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya, Robert. So this is also from Stories of Ghosts, I guess?
Yes.
So we are curious to know what is happening here with this. The topic is pig's mouth. So can you please read so we can know?
Even using harsh speech is enough to cause suffering. Narada Bhante. Your body is the color of gold and shines in all directions, but your mouth is like a pig's. What have you done in your previous life? Ghost. I did nothing wrong with my body, but I said bad things using my mouth. That is why my body is beautiful, but my mouth is like a pig's. Narada Bhante. So, Bhante, now that you can see my body, I strongly encourage you not to do bad things using your mouth, or you will also have the mouth of a pig and will suffer like me.
We rejoice in your reading, Robert. That's a very sad story, right?
Yes.
Robert, how did you feel when you were reading and learning this sutta?
Pretty bad.
Yes. So some ghosts are somewhat beautiful. Now we can understand from here because their body is beautiful, but unfortunately they have
about a pig's mouth.
Yeah, very ugly, painful mouth. And what is the reason?
It's because they said bad things.
So that means,
people.
What are the bad things people say with their mouth?
Bad words, spreading gossip to others.
And also bad words, right?
I think I did say bad words.
Yeah, bad words. Some kids follow sometimes their parents' bad words. Do you know about it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's very dangerous, right?
Yes.
we only pick up good qualities from our parents, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and also we should share this sutta with parents as well. Sometimes, people do lots of good things with their body, but they not necessarily take seriously the words they speak, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else you like to add?
No.
Okay, so you understand very clearly the meaning of this, right?
Yes.
Yes, so we have to be very careful with our body and also words. We should not take this for granted. Otherwise, and also we can understand how temporary these things are, right? Like we have a beautiful mouth here as a human being. And
Yeah.
suddenly when somebody goes to the next world, that's totally changed, right?
Yeah.
So we shouldn't think that these things are permanent. We shouldn't think that the beauty of our body is permanent, our abilities are permanent, everlasting, our mouth is permanent. We shouldn't think like that, because it will change in the next moment.
Okay.
So Robert, we again share merit with you and bless you and your parents. It is very important because now you understand, like we cannot say that only parents or only adults speak bad words. Even kids speak bad words, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So then not only parents should know these suttas, even kids should know these suttas. Otherwise, when they grow bigger and bigger, without the Dhamma knowledge, without the knowledge of good karma and bad karma, they will be adults with the heavy load of bad karma behind them, right?
Yes.
So in the early age, as kids, if we start reading suttas, if we discuss suttas with our parents, when we grow bigger, when we become adults, we know that we have a very good history. We have spent our time in a very beneficial way with good karma. So we don't feel regret or guilty about how we lived when we were before we became adults, right?
Right.
That is very important. We shouldn't think that only parents should read suttas, only parents, this Dhamma is for parents. We shouldn't think like that, because it is very clear that kids also use sometimes bad words, they say bad things, and all of our kids should avoid this bad karma. And the best way to do that is to read suttas like that, discuss the meaning with parents. And we are very happy that you shared this amazing sutta with us today. And may all of you follow the Dhamma path peacefully, make lots of good karma to your life, following the Buddha's amazing path. Okay, Robert?
Okay.
Sadhu,
Sadhu.
Many merits to you, Robert, and your family. Thank you for sharing, your sutta reading and the discussions. Now we are entering a Dhamma discussions with the title, How Dhamma Knowledge Helps After Death. Bhante, feel free to share your screens.
Okay, so now we are going to learn some very important things again from the discourses of the Buddha. So I'm going to give all of you to some of you to read this sutta, and along the way we can discuss. This is not a very deep sutta, but it has very deep meaning, very important things, very beneficial, and only because of the Buddha's extraordinary knowledge we have the opportunity to learn about these beautiful things. Are you ready? Okay, so let me share the sutta. So this is the sutta we are going to learn today, and it explains very clearly, Buddha teaches here, how important is all of us to gather the Dhamma knowledge, and how it is going to help all of us, not only in this life and even after death. Now, dear Kalyanamitas, now we know that lots of the things that we gather in this life will only help for the present life. We cannot take them to our next life. Do you agree?
Agree, Bhante.
Yes. But among the things we gather in this life, now you can see, like when people die from corona or any other disease or due to accidents or any other thing, they suddenly leave everything. We need to understand this truth. Buddha wanted to teach this about this truth all the time. We have to leave everything behind, even our loved ones. We have to be separated from loved ones. We have to leave everything behind, all the physical things, our wealth, belongings, properties, houses, vehicles, and everything. We cannot take them with us. It's very sad that we sacrifice so many things, our precious times, so much of effort to gather all these material things, and we indeed need them to make our lives happier and better. But at the same time, we should make effort to gather some other things that will always follow us into our future lives until we attain freedom, ultimate freedom, nibbana. The things that follow us like a never departing shadow. And one of those things that follow us always is the Dhamma knowledge. What is that very important thing that is going to follow us?
The Dharma knowledge.
Dhamma knowledge. So now we are going to learn about that. Buddha had this extraordinary knowledge to teach us about this. And you can be very happy about learning Dhamma, gathering Dhamma knowledge, improving knowledge of Dhamma, because it will never leave you. It will help you to increase more qualities in your life. And some people are like curious to know about what happens to our Dhamma knowledge that we gather here. It will it come with us to our next life, or how it works? So this is a powerful sutta where Buddha teaches about that. So any Kalyanamitta to start reading the sutta from here?
I can read, Bhante.
Okay, so this Ranga?
Yes, Bhante.
Okay, go ahead.
Mendicants, you can expect 4 benefits when the teachings have been followed by ear, reinforced by recitation, examined by the mind, and well comprehended theoretically. What 4? Take a mendicant who memorizes the teaching statements, songs, discussions, verses, inspired exclamations, legends, stories of past lives, amazing stories, and classifications. They have followed those teachings by ear, reinforced them by recitation, examined them by the mind, and well comprehended them theoretically. But they die unmindful and are reborn in one of the orders of gods. Being happy there, passages of the teaching come back to them. Memory comes up slowly, but then that being quickly reaches distinction. This is the first benefit you can expect when the teachings have been followed by ear, reinforced by recitation, examined by the mind, and well comprehended theoretically.
Sadhu, sadhu. We rejoice in your reading, Runga. Did you see that? Buddha teaches here, we learn the Dhamma, Dhammang Pariyapunati. And this is the translation of the Dhamma. So when Buddha was alive, there wasn't this organization like of the suttas which we have today, like Digha Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, and so on. So forth. So instead, at that time, the monks practiced the Dhamma with these 9 categories. So suttas, geyang, that means suttas with a stanza, concluding stanza, Vayyakarana, a sutta on a specific topic like Four Noble Truths, dependent origination, like that. Gatha means verses, stanzas. The translation here is, I think, songs, but it should be the verses or stanzas. Udana, inspired utterances. Itivuttaka, that is one of the things that our kids shared with us today. Itivuttaka, another collection of suttas. Jataka, stories of past lives of monks, of the Buddha, and some upasakas. Abhuta Dhamma means extraordinary things that are mentioned in the suttas. Vedallang, Dhamma discussions. So these kinds of categories were used to categorize suttas and memorize. So what happens here, Buddha teaches, when we learn this Dhamma, we practice Vachasa Pari. So first one is Sotanugata. The name of the sutta also Sotanugata Sutta. So that means we listen to the suttas. We learn them, memorize them, and Vachasa Parisita, practice with verbally, practicing verbally, and examining the suttas, Ditthya Sukpatividda, and we understand things properly. In some cases, the followers of the Buddha who are practicing Dhamma like this die unmindful. That means due to some reasons, when they die, they don't have sharp mindfulness to think about vipassana, to practice vipassana meditation, to reflect on the deep Dhamma. They don't have that ability for some reason in some cases. In this case, Buddha teaches, let's think about somebody who dies without having that sharp mindfulness. But as a result of learning the Dhamma and practicing Dhamma, where are they going to be reborn? In one of the orders of the gods. That means in heaven. This is very important. Being happy there, so the being is happy, passages of the teaching come back to them. That means the Dhamma they have been learning in the human world come back to their mind as a god now. Now they don't need to go from the beginning now. In heaven, you just continue your Dhamma path. Isn't that a very good news?
Yes, Bhante, that's excellent news.
Yeah, that's a very good news because the Dhamma is going to follow you, right? And whatever you learn here is going to be with you when you have a fresh life as a god or goddess. The Dhamma knowledge will be with you. Memory comes up slowly because that person passed away unmindful. But as soon as he becomes mindful in heaven, the Dhamma knowledge comes to the mind and quickly reaches distinction. That is very powerful. This is the Pali word, Kippang eva visesagatang hoti. Because the Dhamma knowledge comes back to that god or goddess, he start practicing the Dhamma, understanding, oh, because of practicing Dhamma in the human world, I have been reborn in heaven. That's a very rare opportunity. So let me continue my Dhamma path. Kippang eva visesagatang hoti. As a result, the follower of the Buddha quickly reaches distinction. Quickly reaches distinction means very quickly that god or goddess reaches the stages of enlightenment. Visesagami hoti. Like if that person was only a stream entrant when he was in the human world. Now as a God, he would reach the other stages of enlightenment very quickly. Do you understand?
Yes, Bhante.
That is very powerful, and that's very good news that when we leave everything behind, when we die, Dhamma knowledge is going to come with us. That's a very happy thing. So we go to the second benefit. What is that?
May I read, Bhante?
Okay, Geeta, go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. Take another mendicant who memorizes the teachings, statements, songs, discussions, verses, inspired exclamations, legends, stories of past lives, amazing stories, and classifications. They followed those teachings by ear, reinforced them by recitation, examined them by the mind, and well comprehended them theoretically. But when die unmindful and are reborn in one of the order of gods, though they're happy there, passages of the teachings don't come back to them. However, a mendicant with psychic powers who has achieved mastery, where are we, Bhante? However, a mendicant with psychic powers who has achieved mastery of the mind teaches Dhamma to the assembly of gods. They think, I used to live the spiritual life in the same teaching and training. Memory comes up slowly, but then that being quickly reaches distinction. Suppose a person was killed in the sound of drums. Skilled in the sound of drums. While traveling along a road, they hear the sound of drums. They wouldn't have any doubts or uncertainties about whether that was the sound of drums or not. They just conclude that's the sound of drums. In the same way, take another mendicant who memorizes the teachings, but they die unmindful and are reborn in one of the order of gods.
Sadhu, sadhu. We rejoice in your reading. So this is the second occasion where that person, one of the followers of the Buddha, dies unmindful, and he's reborn in heaven. And that is, we should not think it as a simple thing that he already benefited from the Dharma practice, right? Because he has escaped from rebirth in hell, animal world, ghost world, right? So again, this person is already very fortunate, because he has been reborn in heaven. And the only thing is, he didn't have very sharp mindfulness when he passed away. So as a result, in heaven, the Dhamma knowledge will not come back to him very quickly, but he is still fortunate because a monk with psychic powers would visit heaven to teach the Dhamma. So in the Buddha's time, this was very common. Buddha would go to heaven. That's why we teach, there is a quality for the Buddha, Sattha Deva Manusana. What is the meaning? Sattha Deva Manusana meaning?
Supreme Buddha is the teacher of the gods and the humans.
Yeah, Buddha is the teacher of gods and humans. Not only the teacher of humans, he is the teacher of gods and humans. So Buddha would visit heaven and teach the Dhamma. And Arahant Bhantes like Moggallana Bhante and other Bhantes visit the heaven and would teach the Dhamma. So like that, other devas would gather there, assembly there to listen to the Dhamma, like we go for a program. And then this newly born god or goddess also would join that Dhamma program in heaven. So you don't need to be sad, oh, when I die from the human world, I will lose all these Dhamma programs. Or what will happen to me in heaven? Will I be able to join the Dhamma programs again? Right? So you don't need to be sad. There will be Dhamma programs in heaven as well. Okay. So, but the thing here is, when that Bhante, Arahant Bhante with psychic powers is teaching the Dhamma, this newly born god or goddess will quickly recognize, oh, this is the same Dhamma I was listening to when I was in the human world. I used to live in the spiritual life in this same teaching and training. This is the same Dhamma. So here, ayang vaso Dhamma vino yatahang pubbe brahmacharyang acharing. This the same Dhamma I was practicing when I was in the human world. So then, as a result, the Dhamma knowledge will come back, and the god or goddess quickly reaches distinction, attain stages of enlightenment, and realization will come. And that was the simile about drums. When he is familiar with the sound of the drums, he doesn't have any doubts. You know, oh, this is the sound of the drum. In the same way, he will realize this is the same Dhamma that I was very eager to listen to when I was in the human world. So he will follow the path. Do you understand?
Yes, Bhante.
Bhante.
Yeah, very good. So that's the second one. Let's go to the third one.
I would like to read
Bhante, may I?
Bhante.
Okay, who is going to read?
I would like to volunteer myself.
Okay,
Bhante.
Mata.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Take another mendicant who memorizes the teaching. Sorry, 1 second.
That's okay.
Okay, take another mendicant who memorizes the teaching, statements, songs, discussions, verses, inspire exclamation, legends, stories of past lives, amazing stories and classifications. They follow those teachings by ear, reinforce them by recitation, examine them by the mind, and well comprehended them theoretically. But they die unmindful and are reborn in one of the orders of gods. But passages of the teaching don't come back to them when they're happy, nor does a mendicant with psychic powers teach Dhamma to the assembly of gods. However, a god teaches Dhamma to the assembly of gods.
Keep going. You can keep reading.
Okay.
Martha, you need to unmute yourself.
Yes. Any other Kalyanamit?
Bhante, may I?
Yeah, Harry.
Yeah, okay. They think I used to live the spiritual life in the same teaching and training. Memory comes up slowly, but then that being quickly reaches distinction. Suppose a person was skilled in the sound of horns. While traveling along a road, they hear the sound of horns. They wouldn't have any doubt about whether that was the sound of horns or not. They just conclude, that's the sound of horns. In the same way, take another mendicant who memorizes the teaching.
Very good. Sadhu, sadhu. We rejoice in your reading. So in this case, for some gods and goddesses, the Dhamma knowledge not naturally come to their mind, nor does a monk with psychic powers teach the Dhamma. What happens for some gods and goddesses? A god would teach the Dhamma for a group of assembly of gods. So they have Dhamma programs. We read in other suttas that every Hoya day, they have a special Dhamma hall in the heaven. Does anybody know the name of that Dhamma hall?
Sudhamma Hall?
Yes, Sudharma Dhamma hall, Sudhamma Dhamma hall. So there are many gods will gather to listen to the Dhamma, and this time a god will teach from a higher Brahma world or from a higher heavenly world. A god will come with a very good Dhamma knowledge. And how did he gather the Dhamma knowledge? When he was in the human world. Now he is teaching others in heaven. See, now these are very good things to know. What is going to happen after death for the disciples of the Buddha. We should definitely know about these suttas. So then when that God teaches the Dhamma, Deva Putto, Apichako Deva Putto Deva Parisayan Dhamman Deseti. So when the newly born God or goddess teaches, will listen to this Dhamma and understand it and achieve the stages of enlightenment very quickly there. Right? Okay, so we go to the last opportunity here. So we talked about 3. This is the 4th and the last one. Another Kalyana Mitra to read the last one.
I'd like to read Bhante.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Take another mendicant who memorizes the teachings, statements, songs, discussions, verses, inspired exclamations, legend stories of past lives, amazing stories, and classifications. They followed those teachings by ear, reinforced them by recitation, examined them by the mind, and well comprehended them theoretically. But they die unmindful and are reborn in one of the orders of gods. But passages of the teachings don't come back to them when they're happy, and neither a mendicant with psychic powers nor a god teaches Dhamma to the assembly of gods, but a being who has been reborn spontaneously reminds another such beings. Do you remember, good sir? Do you remember where we used to live the spiritual life? He says, I remember, good sir, I remember. Memory comes up slowly, but then that being quickly reaches distinction. Suppose there were 2 friends who had played together in the sand. Sometime or other they'd meet, and one friend would say to the other, do you remember this friend? Do you remember that friend? They say, I remember, friend, I remember. In the same way, take another mendicant who memorizes the teaching.
Sadhu, sadhu, we rejoice in your reading. That's a beautiful thing. So this god or goddess, when he or she has been reborn in heaven, what happens is the Dhamma knowledge does not come instantly, but another god or goddess who passed away before this person sees this newly born god or goddess and goes to that god or goddess and asks, and he first recognizes, oh, this is one of my friends from the human world. He has come to the same heaven that I am living in now. And that god who previously reborn as a god recognizes this newborn god and goes to him and asks, do you remember me? And suddenly he recognizes, oh, this was my friend when I was in the human world. And they meet together, and then he brings the memory back and asks, do you remember we joined those Dhamma programs, we listened to these suttas, we practiced these Dhamma, do you remember how we together gave dana, practiced the Dhamma? And the memory comes back to that newly born god, and he start practicing the path, continuing, and as a result, then the realization will come. That's a beautiful thing. So you are going to meet your friends again, but only if you go to a better world. We have to understand that we need to do lots of good qualities, practice good qualities, do good things, especially learn the Dhamma, to gather Dhamma knowledge and practice the Dhamma. So basically, by listening, memorizing, sota anugata, vachasa parishita, practicing verbally, chanting. We do lots of chanting that helps us to memorize things. Vachasa parishita, manasanupekkita. examining the teachings by the mind, through the meditation, reflecting, wise consideration, contemplating. That's all Manasanupekkhitta. And Ditya Suppatividya, understand the Dhamma. It's strengthening one's view, making right view, understanding the Dhamma clearly. If we practice the Dhamma like that, as Buddha explained, you will have these results. So you are not going to be alone, or you are not going to go astray. You will be very well protected by the Dhamma, guarded by the Dhamma. Okay, so that is the Sotanudatta Sutta from the Anguttara Nikaya book of the Force. Did you learn beautiful things?
Yes, Bhante.
Very good.
Thank
So,
you.
Jojo, today is especially your program. You invited everybody. You organized this program. You invited the Bhante respectfully, and you are very enthusiastic of organizing this program, giving the Dhamma to everybody, sharing the Dhamma with others, especially to share merit with your departed relatives and with your Kalyanamitta's departed relatives, and you generated powerful good karma. And you like to give some opportunity for Kalyanamitas to ask their Dhamma questions if they have, before we go to the merit sharing?
Yes, thank you. So thank you, Bhante, for teaching us the importance of Dharma learning, and how it really helps in the after one departed away. Thank you. So now we are entering the Q&A sessions. There are 3 ways you can ask questions to Bhante. So the first one is via Zoom. You can ask your questions by clicking the raise hand button. So the second one is you can write your questions via the website Slido with the event code IBFC Puja 2021. Lastly, you can also ask the questions via Zoom or YouTube. Simply write your questions in the chat room. Do we have any questions, everyone?
Yeah, I think Dhamma friends have questions. Yes, you can turn on your mic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is Joe. I like to ask you right livelihood. One of the key requirements. So if it is in the business of Saka trading of fishery product, that is considered as a correct livelihood, or is it not?
You're asking about right livelihood, right? Can you repeat your question, please?
Yeah. If it is, I'm in the trading business. I was wondering if it is in the business, or if it's trading a fishery product, or is it considered?
Oh, okay. I got it. Okay, so for that, all the lay people should read a very specific sutta. That is called Vanijja Sutta. Buddha taught that sutta about business, about trading, that a lay person, lay follower of the Buddha should avoid, should not do if you like to attain Nibbana. Vanijja Sutta. And that is in the Anguttara Nikaya, Numerical Discourses of the Buddha, Book of the Fives. So selling meat, selling fish is not one of those, according to the Buddha's knowledge. But selling live animals should be avoided for slaughtering. Selling live animals for slaughtering should be avoided. And also slavery, selling humans should be avoided. Selling weapons, poisons, to the purpose of killing and destroying life should be avoided. Like that, there are specifically mentioned things that a lay follower should avoid. Please read that sutta, okay? Vanijja Sutta.
Okay, Bhante. So there is a question asked by Ryan. His question is it guaranteed for one of those 4 occasions to happen when being reborn into heaven? Are there any other occasions? So this is related to the Dhamma discussion that we just had.
Okay, got it. Very good. So these 4 occasions are specifically, we can say, reserved for a follower of the Buddha who dies unmindful. So the Pali word is muttasati kalang kurmano. So we know there are so many other disciples of the Buddha who die with a very sharp mindfulness. Okay, so that is different, and this is only basically for the disciples who die unmindful. That means even a disciple of the Buddha dies unmindful, they are still protected. That is the bottom line. So let alone when a disciple of the Buddha dies with a sharp mindfulness, okay, practicing samatha vipassana meditation on the deathbed, reflecting on the deep Dhamma, the benefits are beyond words. They can reach very higher realization. And even to Brahma world, they can go to the pure abodes, which is exclusively for non-returners who have attained the 3rd stage of enlightenment. So like that. So this is happening. What we learned in the Sotanugata Sutta is in the heavenly realm, in the not in the Brahma realm, in the heavenly realm. Okay. Any other questions?
All right, thank you, Bhante. So next will be to Wani and Bodhi, who has questions.
Okay.
You can unmute yourself.
Okay, Bodhi.
Namo Buddhaya, Bhante. I'm the one who has a question.
Yes.
You know, after stream entrance, there's 7 lives till you become enlightened. I know that when you're a stream entrant and you're in the life that you became a stream entrant, you know that you're a stream entrant. But how about the lives after you're a stream entrant? Do you just know that you're in the lives after a stream entrant, or do you not know or either a lay follower or something
very
like
clear.
that?
Your question is very clear. Okay, so I think everybody understood Axel's question. Now we know as human beings that Buddha has taught us these are the factors. If you see these factors in your life, you can conclude that you are a stream enterer. You have attained the 1st stage of enlightenment, right? And the Axel wants to know that how about when you go to next life, when you are reborn in heaven, do you still know that you are a stream enterer, right? Yes. So Moggallana Bhante actually visited heaven, or the many gods came to see the Moggallana Bhante when he was in the human world. There are a series of suttas. In some assemblies, hundreds of devas come. In another sutta, 200 devas come. Another sutta, 300 devas come. Like that, there are a series of suttas. And in that suttas, Moggallana Bhante asked the same question that Axel asked. Moggallana Bhante asks those devas, do you know about the stream enterers in heaven? And the devas answer, those who were practicing, who were having unshakable confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and who were keeping 5 precepts after they were reborn in heaven, they are the ones who know that they are stream enterers, not the other devas who did not have those 4 factors of a stream entry. That means some devas are reborn in heaven without those factors. That means heaven is not full with the disciples of the Buddha. There are, like in the human world is not filled with only the followers of the Buddha. In the heaven also, there are some disciples, they are followers of the Buddha, and some gods and goddesses, they don't know about Dhamma. They have done other meritorious deeds with pleasant minds. They had ordinary right view, worldly right view, and as a result, they have been reborn in heaven. But only those who had the factors of extreme entry when they were in the human world know about themselves that they are extreme enterers. Okay, I think it's a clear answer.
Okay, thank you, Bhante. So there is another question asked by another Kalyamita named Harry. His question is, Bhante, when one learns Dhamma and is reborn in heaven, where he can continue to listen to Dhamma from monks or God, what is the universal language spoken in heaven to be understood by everyone there?
Oh, I don't know what language, but one thing I know, you don't need to worry about language. If we should worry about language, then Buddha would have definitely taught us before we leave the human world. Okay, don't forget to learn the language if you want to continue the Dhamma practice in heaven, right? So Buddha didn't say like that.
Yes,
So
it is a great, it is a great question. So I think by the end of the day, it's all about the language of the heart, right? What comes from there.
Yeah,
Okay.
and also, the devas can read our mind, our hearts. Whatever language we talk doesn't matter for them. That means there are no language barriers for devas.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Bhante. Now we have another question from a Kalyamita named Rob. Rob, if you want to unmute yourself.
Oh, thank you. Just not really a question, Bhante, kind of just an observation. Maybe you can comment on it, but just I noticed focus on the teachings, memorizing the teachings, and also following those teachings. But it seems to be memorizing and following. There was not much focus on a practice. We'll say the practice, like meditation, I guess, is one thing that comes to mind. So that's just an observation. I just thought maybe you'd have some ideas about that.
Yeah, so basically this sutta, Buddha wanted to talk about the importance of the Dhamma knowledge. Buddha basically mentioned about the aspects of gathering the Dhamma knowledge.
Right.
That's why we saw those words, but definitely it is implied when a follower of the Buddha gathers Dhamma knowledge, he puts those teachings into practice. Otherwise, there is no way that he can go to a better world like heaven.
Right. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, that Dhamma practice should be linked into his life, right?
Well, it's not just knowledge. Yeah, it actually does say that follow those teachings. So you're right about that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, good.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you, Bhante. We have one question on Slido, so we will let Julius share the screen.
Okay, Julius. So before that, Juju, can you please send me your merit sharing again? You can email.
Yes, I can do so.
Okay. Okay, Julius.
No, it's from somebody, but it's on the website, on the screen.
Oh. The question, does a human can remember he or she was in spiritual life in a previous life, or only gods like in the sutta? Humans can recollect their past life, whether they were practicing Dhamma or not. Basically, they have to attain the knowledge to see past lives. There were lots of humans who had that ability. We call them arahants, enlightened monks and nuns. They are human beings. They they were able to see very clearly with how they were practicing the Dhamma path in their past life. Whether they were practicing the Dhamma path or not, they could see everything. Some people, some Arahants realized they were practicing the Dhamma path under different previous Buddhas. They built monasteries, kutis for the Sangha, gave dana to the Sangha, made walking paths for walking meditation. they built temples, monasteries. That's how they gain this human life. That's how they met the Buddha. That's how they attained liberation. So they were very clearly able to see. There are so many stories like that in the Khuddaka Nikaya. You go to Thera Theri Gatha, the stories of Arhan monks and nuns. You can read. Some of them recollect their past lives and understand. Yeah, so with that knowledge, but in general, devas, we can see it's a very common thing that they can recollect their past lives, and especially the immediate past life in the human world. They can see how they practice the Dhamma and how they came to heaven, even without developing that Chatupapata jnana. They extra benefit for a god and goddess to see their past life. Okay. Other than that, without that knowledge, it's very hard to conclude. Like, if we take 10-15 people, maybe some of them came from hell, some from animal world. That means in previous life they were animals or hell beings. Some came from ghost world. They were ghosts in the past life. Some came from the human world again. So they were humans and have been reborn again in the human world. And some have come from heaven or Brahma world. So from various places. Now we are all human beings, but we have come from very different places. And when we die, we go to again various places. Let's say we have 5 members in the family. When we die, we go to different places. The samsara is like that. Any other questions?
Can I ask a question, Bhante?
Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's Julius. So Bhante, in the sutta is repeatedly it's mentioned that when we die unmindful. So does it mean if we die mindfully, it's going to be a different situation, Bhante?
We can see some of the suttas where the disciples of the Buddha die mindfully. The result was, if they died mindfully, some monks, some lay people, and the result was that they became arahants in some cases. They became non-returners. Now these disciples in the sutta, Sotanugata Sutta, they achieved higher distinction. That means higher stages of enlightenment after death. But the people who die with a sharp mindfulness already attain higher knowledges, higher stages of enlightenment just before they leave the human world. So they will end up in a Brahma world if they died as a non-returner. Even some lay people. So there is one example in the Sotapatti Sangyutta, and his name was Digau, and he was the son Digau, and he was sick and he was about to die, and his father was beside him, Buddha was beside him and had a very deep Dhamma discussion about 5 aggregates, about 6 sense bases, about 6 elements, about 4 noble truths. It's a deep Dhamma discussion. And he was listening to the Dhamma, discussing the Dhamma with the Buddha. And Buddha left. Soon after Buddha left, he passed away. Digao. The name of the sutta is Digao Upasaka Sutta. And then the monks went to the Buddha and asked Bhante just finished the Dhamma discussion with that Digao Upasaka, and we heard the news that he just passed away. Bhante, can you please tell us about his destination and his future? Buddha said, oh, he was very wise. We were discussing very deep things. So that means he died with a sharp mindfulness. Buddha said he was reflecting the Dhamma very wisely. And before he left the human world, he attained the 3rd stage of enlightenment. He became a non-returner. Now he is in Brahma world. You see the difference between the people who die with sharp mindfulness and with muddled mindfulness?
Yes, Bhante.
Yeah.
So that means the one mentioned in the sutta is like a general case, like happened to most of us, right?
You know, sometimes I was thinking like, you know, sometimes we are put in hospitals, right? When we are dying, and we have to get like very like strong pills and medicine injections, and sometimes you know, lots of instruments maybe on our face. And so I think that's the time where we cannot have a sharp mindfulness, you know, for some individuals, you know, sometimes very, you know, severe pain in the body. So I think some of the disciples of the Buddha, when they die, they will experience those kind of things, right? That's not an easy environment to develop sharp mindfulness, I guess. That's one example, you know, it just came to my mind.
Thank you, Bhante.
You're welcome, Julius.
Thank you, Bhante. I think that's all we have for the questions. I just sent email to Bhante a list of, you know, 6 people we would like to share the merits to.
Very good, Jojo. Can all the Dhamma friends say sadhu?
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So today we collected powerful merits. Is everybody happy?
Yes,
Extremely happy, Bhante.
Yeah, Dhamma can make you extremely happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Dhamma has that amazing quality. Yeah, so use this Dhamma to experience that happiness, true happiness, lasting happiness. So we collect a powerful good karma by chanting the qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, going for refuge, observing precepts, and especially we are very happy that kids read the suttas, and I think they read many times before they presented the sutta in the program. They read many times at home, so that was very good for them, and they are sharing the Dhamma very well, and we learned a lot from them. So they shared the Dhamma and we discussed the Dhamma. Kalyanamitas read the suttas, we practiced meditation, we generated powerful good karma. So we first share this good karma with all the devas. May all the devas rejoice in this merit, help all of us to follow the Dhamma path peacefully. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We share merit with our teacher, Loku Swamin Wahanse, who translated the entire Sutta Pitaka into Sinhala simple language, and that is how Bhantes are able to explain the Dhamma like this. So we share merit with our teacher, Loku Swamin Wahanse, and we are very grateful and thankful to our teacher. Sadhu,
sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay.
And Jojo especially likes to share merit, and Jojo organized this program with a very happy mind, with respecting Bhantes, respecting all the Kalyanamitas, respecting the Indonesian Buddhist community, the association. So she likes to share merit with Lim, Kia, Juju's father-in-law. So Juju, all of them have passed away, right? In the list?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And also with Lim Ai Chin, sister of Aina, Kalyanamita Aina, who recently passed away. Share merit with Shio Ong, a friend who recently passed away. Lai Goi Nuk, Sally's auntie who just passed away yesterday. And also Harry Rosley, Rita Haggerty. So with compassion hearts, with grateful hearts, we share this merit with all these departed relatives mentioned here. May they rejoice in this good karma. May all the departed relatives rejoice in this good karma. May they have happy lives, peaceful lives, and find the path to end suffering. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Especially shared with Jojo. She organized this program again with respect to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha and with respecting all the Bhantes and Kalyanamitas. By the power of this good karma of sharing the amazing words of the Buddha with others, may Juju enjoy long life, good health, and may you do all the your occupations and always studies well and peacefully. May you always associate with Kalyanamitas, good friends. May you help the world. May you develop good qualities in your life. May all the devas protect you and help you to do more good things. And may you also achieve true happiness by following the Buddha's path. Sadhu, sadhu. And we share merit with all the members of the Indonesian Association, IBFC, and also all the presidents, committee members, and everybody, and with all the Kalyanamitas who joined this program, who helped this program in many ways, and especially our kids, with our parents. May all of you enjoy long life, good health, happiness, and peace. May all beings enjoy long life, good health, and may they protect their precious human lives for a long, long time, associate with Kalyanamitas, and follow the Dhamma path, finding true happiness, ultimate freedom, supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu. Now Bhante is going to, so everybody is going to chant this Kamavacha, asking for forgiveness. So let's chant, everybody, asking for forgiveness from the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang acchayang kamame bhante bhuri panya tathagata. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang acchayang kamame dhamma sanditthika kalika. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang acchayang kamame sangha punyam kittang anuttara. Sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Now Bhante is going to chant the verses of blessings. Abhivadana silissa niccang vaddha pachayino chattaro dhamma vaddanti ayuvanno sukham balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha atho nibbana sampatti iminate samijjatu. Sukhi hotu, sukhi hotu. So you can chant the paying homage to the Bhante. You can see on the screen, so you can chant.
Okay. Okasa Vandami Bhante.
Sukhi hotu.
Maya katam punyam samina anumoditabam.
Sadhu sadhu anumodami.
Samina katam punyam mayham databam.
Sadhu sadhu anumodeta.
Sadhu sadhu anumodami. Okasa doratena katam sabam achayam kamatame bante.
Kamami kamitabba.
Okasa kamami bante.
Sukhiyotu.
Dutiyampi okasa kamami bante.
Sukhiyotu.
Tatiyampi okasa kamami bante.
Sukhiyotu. Sukhiyotu. Dukkha mucchantu. May the Buddha Dhamma Sangha bless you all.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So now we have come to an end of these Dhamma sessions. I would like to thank you for participations. Also a big thank you for Jeewananda Bhikkhu for sharing with us Buddha's teaching. Not to be missed, I would also like to thank our friends and volunteers who help a lot to make these sessions happen. Many merits to you all. Have a great evening. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo
Namo
Buddhaya.
Buddhaya. Thank you,
Thank you,
Bhante.
Bhante.
Wonderful to see you.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah,
Bhante. Be safe. Be safe. Be well.
Thank
Be
you,
safe.
Bhante.
thank
Thanks,
you.
Bhante.
Very well and safe.
Bye.
Buddha, Namo Buddha.
Thank you semuanya panitia. That's very nice. Thank you Bhante Anumodana.
Thank you. All right. Take
Yeah,
care,
bye.
everyone.